If being quarantined taught you anything, it probably taught you not to take things for granted. Like being in close proximity to a loved one without wondering if they're contagious or not, or wondering if you're contagious, or being able to take meaningless trips to the grocery store without having to wear a mask or wear gloves or sanitize every 30 seconds. If that Rona taught me anything, it's not to take advantage of the little things. You already know what time it is.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Affirmation Sesh. I'm your virtual hope dealer, Marcia, aka MM Dulce, author of Baggage Claim, A Life Story. For today's affirmation, it's going to be very simple and focused on gratitude. I will be grateful for all the little things. That's it. And yes, you already know I love this affirmation. This affirmation is super simple and very, very powerful. Amidst all this coronavirus chaos, I think it's very easy to lose sight of the little things that are super important. When you think of all the things you can be grateful for, you might find that you will not have enough paper to capture all the little blessings that we often overlook, like being able to open your hands. I know this sounds very simple, but there are several people in the hospital right now that are not able to even consciously open their hands. Or opening your eyes, the fact that you have vision, whether your vision is perfect or whether you need the aid of glasses, the fact that you can see, hear, smell, taste. Some of us are overlooking the blessing in our loved ones being alive. This past weekend, my mother was admitted to the ER, and because of this coronavirus pandemic, I'm not able to be with her. And while it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions, mostly me crying, I can definitely say that despite everything going on, I have to be grateful for all the little things. I'm pretty emotional, and I'm the type of person that will give a lot of power to the thoughts in my head. So it's very important to me to make sure that my thoughts are centered around, my loved ones and about the good things that are actually going on. So while my mom's health is not really something to celebrate, the fact that she is alive and able to still fight is something that I'll celebrate. The fact that I am not alone in this situation, the fact that I have an amazing support system is something to celebrate. I was literally boohoo crying as I left the hospital, and I knew if I drove, I would probably risk getting into an accident. And I was just so blessed to have my roommate to call and FaceTime, and she calmed me down. I think we overlook all the little things, like being able to be connected to our loved ones despite being able to be close to them. Think about it. Think about the little things in your life that you're overlooking right now. Think about how you overlook the fact that your car is actually functioning, or that you're overlooking the fact that your child, despite them getting on your last nerves, that they're actually healthy and alive and hopefully coronavirus free. Even if you don't like your job, or even if you don't have a job, the fact that unemployment exists right now to help you kind of, make ends meet for the time being. There's just so many little things we're overlooking. This came to me while I was doing a meditation as a part of a 10-day self-care challenge by my good friend Kiana, aka the Coaching Queen on Instagram. And today's challenge was to do 15 minutes of guided meditation along with another 15 minutes doing another self-care exercise. As I was doing the meditation, it was called a body compassionate meditation. It was really weird. She's like, lay down, breathe in, breathe out, and watch as your chest expands and all this other stuff, right? I called it hippie woo-woo stuff. I love to call meditation and yoga stuff hippie woo-woo. But at any rate, so as we're doing the breathing exercise, she's calling our attention to, our heads, our fingers, our elbows, our stomachs, and she's asking us to pay attention as we breathe. And I know it sounds really crazy. Again, I call it hippie woo-woo for a reason. But I think doing the meditation, I realized how much I took for granted. The fact that I have sensation in my body. She was like, feel your legs, feel your knees. And I'm like, at first I was like, okay, this lady is super hippie woo-woo and I like it. But I'm like, okay, lady, relax. But what she helped me realize was we take so much for granted, even when it comes to our hands, our fingers, being able to high five somebody. Some people don't have arms. I'm not even being funny. There's just so many little blessings that we overlook until we are put in a predicament to miss those blessings and wish we would have appreciated them more. I know you all have seen that meme where they're like, oh, when my nose is stuffed and I remember all the times I could breathe normally. Seriously, little things like that though, I think it'll put everyone in so much more of a positive space if we just counted all the little things. So here's a little exercise I'd like for you to do. You definitely don't have to do this now, but this is something I definitely want you to do. And maybe you want to save this for when you're not feeling so hot about life. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write down every single little thing that you are happy about. No, I'm not talking about big things like, oh, I have $20,000 in my bank account.
I'm robbing you, by the way.
Or whether or not you close on your house. No, I'm talking about the small little things that you realize you overlook every single day. So for example, one of the things that I'm super grateful for is my ability to speak. I talk a lot. I started a YouTube channel, so you know I talk a lot. But I am so grateful for the small blessing that we often overlook in our ability to just communicate and speak. Something else I'd probably put on that list is my ability to hear. I'm so thankful for music. Have y'all heard Savage Remix? What about JoJo's new album? Straight bangers, baby. I'm happy that I have the ability to hear it, and then maybe I'll think, oh my gosh, I have the ability to twerk. Now my knees ain't as strong as they used to be when I was in college, but I can still twerk. So I would put twerking down. I don't care. Judge your mammy, but at the end of the day, I just want to count all the little things that I'm grateful for. One thing that I like to do that helps me stay super present and super grateful when I'm driving, if I have a lot on my mind, I'll just stop and I'll grab the steering wheel and it'll remind me to stay present. And maybe I'll just start thinking about my car and how it's running just fine, or how I have enough money to put gas in the car. I mean, don't wait for catastrophic things to happen for you to be appreciative of all the little things in your life, because there's so much going right in your life despite what's going wrong. This is a very tough time that we're all going through. I mean, I can't explain how difficult it's been to be far from my mom when she's having so many health complications. But we have to do our best to ground ourselves in positivity. We have to do our best and ground ourselves in gratitude. At the end of the day, the more grateful you are, the more your eyes are open to all the beautiful things going on in your life. And on the flip side, the more miserable you are, the more you focus on all the things that are negative and going wrong, the more wrong things you'll find. Back in college, I was definitely far more negative, and I was the type of person I would complain about one thing and be like, and that's why my daddy wasn't in my life. And that's why me and that girl stopped being friends. And that's why I failed anatomy. We have a tendency sometimes to snowball our problems, but what if we decided to snowball our blessings? What if we decided to be thankful for the fact that we can smell? I don't have a really good sense of smell. That wasn't a good one. Or the fact that we got mace in case someone want to get crazy. The fact that we have social media to stay connected. The fact that we got soap to shower with. I legit used to work at a homeless shelter resource center where a lot of those experiencing homelessness would come for certain resources, and I would have to cut soap into eighths. I would take a Dial soap and cut little slivers. Hopefully I can find a picture so I can show you what I'm talking about. But people would bathe with slivers. Is that a word? Yeah, let's go with that. People would bathe with slivers of soap. Like, just be grateful you have a full fucking bar of soap at your house. You know what I'm saying? You guys, this is no joke. People lined up to shower with a piece of a soap. It was crazy. Really take your time to think about all the little things that you are just grateful for, and sit in that, meditate in that, take your time. If you're having a tough time thinking of the little things that you should be grateful for, try taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out and just being grateful that you're alive. I know that's not saying a lot for a lot of people because some people would rather not be alive. I guess I like to see life as a story or a movie where I'm the character that doesn't know how it's going to end yet or how things are going to turn out, but I'm just blessed to be casted. I don't know. I'm kind of into that hippie woo-woo stuff. Peace, power, and positivity is my mantra for Affirmation Sesh. I just really want to remind you guys how to just harness the power of positivity and how to protect your peace no matter what, because life is hard and we got to be gentle with ourselves. We got to just take care of ourselves as best as we can because shit be getting crazy. Anyways, that's all for me. Hopefully you find that you have a very long list of all the little blessings in your life and you find some peace and power and positivity in all of that. Hopefully you guys find some utility in today's affirmation and write a list of your own. If you'd like, go ahead and tell me what you're grateful for in the comments. Let's talk about these things that are still going right despite all that's going wrong. Until next time, people, love and light.
We're to die.